All right, here I am with No Like and Trust. We are continuing on. So far this morning, uh, we have heard from Lashonda Walker and Nancy Mendoza. Who brought to us the paparazzi jewelry, and I reminded everybody to be kind to yourself and give yourself a necklace, a beautiful necklace. Earrings. They showed us sets, the necklace, the earrings, some offered rings and bracelets. Be kind to yourself. All right. Take some time, $5 to $10. We heard from paparazzi today. Then we heard from Dr. Terry Stallings, who is autoimmune impacted, and to clean her area, to talk about, to actually clean her living space, to take care of, to wipe things down the way we have to wipe things down because of coronavirus. She told us about Solve Guard, and I may be mispronouncing that, but she definitely selling that product through a home shopping network that she is a part of. I asked her, I said, Dr. Terry, we buy this product from you so that it's an alternative to bleach, Lysol, all those things that so many of us, and I forget about it, so many of us really, really cannot use in our environments, and we don't want to use around our small kids and that type of thing. She says she would start out by buying two bottles, and the bottle she was up front. She said they are running $9.99 a bottle. So you get two bottles one bottle will last you about 30 days to spray and disinfect the way that we really, really should. Then we just had a conversation with the one and only August Crenshaw, who talks to us about selling, how we how we sell to people these days and not come across as a charlatan and a flash in the pan. And I am so glad that we talked about her upcoming summit that's taking place in April. And it's very timely because being in business is very inclusive. It's the total woman, it's the total man. And if our marriages are not up to par, if our finances are shivering, and some of us are going to have some shivering marriages, some shivering relationships, some shivering finances, some shivering a lot of different things coming out of this coronavirus. But she talked about a summit that's coming up in April, and it's going to cover all of that. Our spiritual man, our personal man, our business man, and it is the total man that is in business. August Crenshaw made mention of the fact that if we forsake any of those moving parts, then something is going to fall. And how many of us, we know this to be so very true. So that was a fabulous, and I could say more about August. If you have a chance to study up under her, I say do that. There's some people that I thoroughly endorse, and August Crenshaw is one. I've seen her works, I understand her results, and $27 to be a part of the summit. Go to my website and sign up. Go to my website, sign up for the newsletter. It's www.margolevette.com. Let me put that in the chat. Sign up for my newsletter. I'll make sure that you get that link because the last thing that you want to do is stumble over $27 when you have a all access pass to 22 women who are going to pour into you so that your life is covered on on as far as your spirituality, as far as your business goals, your family goals. You want all of those bases covered. That is just imperative. So go to my website, margolevette.com, sign up for the newsletter, and I will get that link over to you. $27. You have access to some proven insight and it's not just a group of women who are there on hearsay. They are, as TJ Mercer says, we all have receipts up over there, and that's very, very important. Got to have the receipts, all right? So I have a couple more people who I'm going to have a conversation with today, and a couple more people I'm going to have conversation with today here at Know, Like, and Trust. And I want to bring back to everybody's attention why Know, Like, and Trust Meetup exists. I live in Southern California, and there are many, many, many of us there, as everywhere, who are, hi, Deb, how are you? There are many, many, many of us here in Southern California who do business. And it's very important that we get to know who's doing business, who's doing what, and where they are. So last month we had the live meet up. And we had a wonderful, wonderful time so that we could actually see each other, hear each other, feel each other's energy, understand that person so that when I get ready to write a book, and I don't know how to write a book, that I met that person. I met that lady that knows how to get my book out in record amount of time. Or I know that person who can get my podcast up and running. Or I know that person who sells paparazzi jewelry, and she took the time to tell me about the mineral count, the metal count, and all of that. She took time with all of that. That's what this is all about. Know, like, and trust. Just that simple. But I have Deborah Thorne here with me. Let me unmute this dear lady right here. Deborah, thank you for joining us here. This is indeed the Information Diva. Welcome. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Absolutely, I can hear you. And what a
Girl,
beautiful morning. And I'm loving your energy so
oh,
early in the morning on a Saturday. Yeah.
girl, in spite of technical problems, I couldn't get the Zoom and the Facebook to connect. I said, we're going straight Zoom. It doesn't matter. Energy stay high. This is going to take place because you know what? If we let Corona dictate to us on every level, it wins. It does not win for us in business. So let me introduce everybody to Deborah Thorne, the Information Diva. This woman does so much. But one thing I do for certain, know for certain, is if you want to get your book published, this is the lady that can help you. So many, it's time for us to reinvent ourselves, write our books, get our voice out there because our voices are so necessary and needed now. So I'm going to shut up. Deborah, take it from here. Tell us about how you get books out there and all the other things that you are about these days.
Well, thank you so much, Margot, for the opportunity. And I, like you, get very excited. There was a time when you wanted to write a book, you thought about it, you went and searched out a publisher, you went and searched out an editor, you went and searched out all these things, and everybody told you no along the way, and you poured your heart and soul in it, couldn't get it done. And this was an arduous process that could take years. Well, enter technology and the way we have things now. I show people how to get their books done in 90 days or less. Okay. One of my first clients got her book done in 7 days. Now, I don't, you know what? I don't advise that for anybody because it made her crazy and it certainly made me crazy. However, she had the book in hand because she had her why was big enough. She had a conference she was going to in New York and she wanted her book and she made it happen. But really, it is so easy now once you know the steps. And, you know, I developed 9 steps that take you from really idea to actual book in your hand. And when people say, well, you know, can you do it? Well, yes, I personally have authored over a dozen books and I can now put a book out in about 2 weeks. It takes me, you know, because you do have life going on and I don't devote my whole time to it, but I approach it a little differently. And I really encourage people, everybody should write a book, no matter what, even if it's a one-time deal, because books open doors that other things don't do. But, and because we are sequestered and we're home and things, now is the time to do things that you've been wanting to do, that you've been needing to do. And I will tell anyone who will listen, we will never go back to doing business the old way again. This is a game changer. Going forward, technology is driving this piece. And so what I'm really working on now is talking with people, because technology is the piece. If you aren't set on the technology, too many of us say, oh, Zoom is nice and Facebook Live is nice, but I'm kind of scared to do it, and I don't have my hair and makeup done. Okay, so one of my mentors used to tell us ladies, look, if you're worried about your hair and makeup, every time you get ready to walk out the door, stop and do a video. Stop and do a 1 to 3 minute video. You got your hair done, you got your makeup on, you got your jewelry, you're ready to go, stop and do a video. Then I paid attention, the so-called gurus, the ones making all the big money that we see. I started looking at the guys in particular. They had on wrinkled shirts, they had on t-shirts. Whoa, 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 whoa. Those of you who know who Gary Vee is, probably one of the most popular people making hand over fist money over the internet. Look at what he got on. I'm like, for real? Okay. And I'm worried about whether or not it got on earrings. Okay, so like this morning, I sat down and I went, oh, eyebrows. Oh, well, too late now. Okay. We have to get that comfortable about who we are and what we're doing. What does the background look like? I don't know. Don't worry about the background. Now you got dirty clothes in the background. Fix that. But you know what? Because as I said that, I looked in the background and I realized you can see my son who's on another Zoom. Okay, that's business. We're going forward. So what I'm really focusing on right now, always have the books, always want to invite women who are entrepreneurial women of faith. If you're not ready to write your own book, join us. We are a collaboration of women who get books done. We've put out 2 books so far. We're gathering people for our 3rd book. And the idea is, if writing a whole book seems like too much, join in a collaboration and get it done that way. And be sure that when you join these collaborations, because some people, it sounds like a good idea and they don't really know how to do it. And so the expenses go up and things fall away. I've done it. We've done it successfully. We've done it low cost successfully, so you can get in, become a published author. I have thus far produced 13 first-time authors, and I'm very proud of that, very proud. Because these are ladies who wanted a book, but weren't quite sure, and we were able to get them in a book published, picture all on the book, and they can, distribute it any way that they want. So those are the kinds of things. But what I'm really looking at is I've identified 5 essential tools that you need in your toolkit right now. Everybody is taking their business online. You have no choice. You can't see people face to face. Churches are online. You can't see people face to face. So the time now is to think outside of the box. All that stuff you've been wanting to do. Let's say you bake cookies. Okay, now you're going to do it online and let people see your secret ingredients and how you measure. And you're going to instruct people. Okay, every single thing that we're doing needs to be taken online. And remember, people are looking for content because they're home all day now. Okay, they're looking for content for their children. The news media is scouring through this content, because before they were going out and looking at people, what they're doing. No, if you have the video up, they're snatching those videos and putting them on the news, so you're getting the publicity done. So the things I've identified are Facebook Live, Zoom, Constant Contact, Eventbrite, and Canva. If you don't know how to effectively use at least those 5 tools, you need to talk to me, because I'm showing people how to do it. It is imperative. Then I met a lady last night, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Now I got to think of her name. Her name is Tina Lewis, I think is her last name. She's got a program, and I was going to tell you about this, Margot, but this is for everybody, because, I am the information diva. I share information. That's what I do. This lady is putting together a 21-day Facebook Live challenge. And what she's encouraging us to do is work with her for 21 days as she's teaching us how to make those viral videos, how to get that stuff out, how to put your brand out there. Now, according to her, and I did a little looking back, because we look back at folks and see what they're doing. She's successfully getting her products up there at in the six-figure market. Okay, so people who are looking to take their stuff there. Okay, everybody had to start somewhere. Now my family's walking through. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Hey, it is what it is. We're here together.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we all know that you're supposed to be on Facebook. We haven't worked it out, and some of us are trying Instagram and all that. And she broke it down, and I said, yes. If your audience is over 35 or 40, you don't have no business being on Instagram. We ain't on there. Go where your people are, okay? So you know what? I'm gonna be quiet because I woke up this morning, your energy was good, and I was like going with it. So I'm like run through everything. But you know what? Those who know me and love me, this is the Information Diva. I got some information for you.
And that's why I am so glad that you are here because you bring that spice. And this is, to me, this is the time when we are supposed to reinvent ourselves, invest in ourselves, recalibrate. We need people like you to tell us what's really going on. We're not force feeding anybody, but I mean, for lack of information, you have the information for people, and that's what people need. That they really, really need that. Deborah, what were those 5 things that you
Okay,
teach people again, and then tell people how to get in contact with you? Because
okay.
maybe people know 1 or 2, but those 5 things are mandatory.
Well, yes, and they the way we set up the program is because again, I'm very cognizant. There are people putting all kind of information out, and I'm watching it,
Hmm.
and it's like, mm-mm. And some of it, the price points are ridiculous, and the other stuff is, I know for a fact you don't know that information. So how you gonna teach? Okay, I got
That's true.
issues.
That's the truth, though. All that
I got
trickery going
issues.
on.
Oh,
Hmm.
you know, Margaret, you always talk about triggering people talking fast. There are a lot of fast talking people right now. Okay.
Girl, don't get me on my soapbox about that. I just went there. I hate it. And with these stimulus checks coming,
Oh,
guess what? Oh,
Jesus.
it's just gonna it's gonna be the wild, wild west. And I want people to be aware. That's why I'm glad that we're doing this today because I want people to know. You better know, like, and trust before you depart with your dearly hard-earned money. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Deb. I
Okay, yeah,
digress.
for real, because I'm on that soapbox with you. That's why events like what you're doing now, people who know you know, like, and trust you. So by virtue of you inviting me, they say, well, let me give her a chance because Margot sees, I know Margot don't like fast talking people. She don't like trickery. So clearly, and Information Diva, that is not what I am. Now we can laugh a lot, but
Yeah.
we're going to get things done. So the 5 things I've identified that the essentials, Facebook Live, Zoom, Constant Contact, Eventbrite, and Canva. Now, if you don't know what those are, you certainly need to talk to me, okay? And the
Yeah.
way we're doing it, each one is a separate class, okay, that you can sign up for. And it goes for as little as $27 investment, okay? Where I teach you how to get up and do this stuff. So I can't do it any better than that price point wise, and you have to decide whether or not it's worth it to you. Now there are 2 other levels on it. There's one where you have some group interaction and feedback with a mastermind, and then there's a level where I'm working with you one-on-one to get it done. But an example being of people understanding. So when we were on our networking call, and I want to invite your listeners to join us, we network every Friday night at 7 o'clock Pacific time on Zoom. And so that's real fun and interesting. But when Lisa was presenting that, no, that girl's name is Tina. When Tina was presenting her things last night, there were people, I could tell by people's faces that, it sounded good, but I don't know Facebook Live. And I said, okay, so let
Oh.
me break it down. She's going to teach that. But if you want to take advantage of that and you don't know Facebook Live, give me a holler. Let's get you up and ready so that when Tina starts her program on April 11th, you are ready. It's not brain surgery. Come on, y'all.
Mhm,
We can do
mhm.
this. It's just having the confidence, helping you build the confidence, showing you these tools. And each one of these tools is extremely valuable. And I had to look over. Each one of them has a free component. Okay. Now, like with everything else, you get what you pay for sometimes. If you use only the free components, they got their name all over it, and that's a way to start. Or you can, invest in it. And I don't have an affiliate link with these things. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I need to
Yeah.
be saying
You
that and go do it. But
girl. Yeah,
That's,
go ahead.
but my thing is to help people. This is a time where I see opportunity everywhere. It has
Mhm.
to do with thinking outside of the box. A better analogy my son gave me the other day is the genie is out of the bottle. You cannot put it back in. It will never go back in. Business will never be the same. Why
Mhm.
would an employer pay for you to fly to a conference when you can do it from your office at no cost or
Mhm.
low cost? So everything is changing. Think about what you're doing. So you said, how can people get in touch with me? Okay, so
Mhm.
I am the Information Diva. Best way to reach me is the Information Diva online at Gmail. The Information Diva online at Gmail. Easiest way to reach me. I gave my phone number out on a call the other day, and I forgot. I have my phone set up where if it doesn't recognize your number, it sends you the voicemail. And I was like, oops, my bad. So we're fixing that. So I'm comfortable giving my number out. It's area code 310-497-1640. Again, 310-497-1640. And, anything I can do to be of service, I'm like everybody else. Of course, this is a business for me, but because I am the Information Diva, I do share information. I got some information for you.
Well, I think that I'll put that phone number up. I think that
Okay.
it's valuable information. And I was talking to somebody earlier, and they said there's almost like two different types of people these days. Some are just really frozen with fear and don't know what that next ought to be. Some have lost their jobs and they want to venture and do something else, reinvent, learn something different. Excuse me. But when you're looking at, are we going to eat? Excuse me, what's next, that kind of trumps everything. So I think the fact that you have this information for people, when the dust settles, for those that aren't ready right now, at least they have access to a good, solid foundation. And I totally agree. Those five, become proficient with them. And you know what else I was thinking, Deborah?
Mhm.
We have to learn those basic five because Zoom is tripping these days. There's so many people using it. And even with Facebook Live, it's kind of tripping sometimes. But if you know the basis, how to do it, then you won't just get so frustrated and say, I can't do it. I can't do it. The system's just tripping, as technology will. Settle down. You know what to do. And I just thought I'd throw that in there because there's so many people jumping on board on stuff, and even Zoom has had to change some things around.
Oh,
It's the whole
yeah.
thing. It caught them by surprise.
Okay. And what is it, Tuesday? I think there's a whole new security protocol that's going to be
Yeah,
within Zoom.
yeah.
Um, you know, things are changing at a high rate of speed. You can either get on the bandwagon and figure it out or get run over by the bandwagon because it's coming. It has changed. It has changed forever. And those people who are sitting home worried about how am I going to feed my family, something that somebody else would pay for. They'll pay for it now. Now, this is not the time. I believe that what we're going through, this crisis, is bringing out the best in people and
Mhm.
bringing out the worst in people. So let's take the high road and do the best. You know something that other people want to know, and they will pay you for that information. But you got to be reasonable. You
Yeah,
know, yeah. Is the information, if I'm teaching you the basics, isn't it worth $1,000? Probably, but not today.
not
Not
today.
today. No, today, let me give it to you for $27. And if that's a problem, you need to talk to me because anybody who knows me knows one of the tenets that I live by is money should never be the reason you don't interact with me. Now, let me be really clear about that. I will help anybody. But
Mhm.
where I have a problem, and again, bringing out the worst in people, I do something for you for free, and I help you over a hurdle. And then when you get money, you go spend it with somebody else. Now that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
That goes along with them fast talking trickery people. Oh, no,
Girl,
no.
don't get started on that. Here we go.
Okay.
That is just bad, and that's bad business. That's not,
Absolutely.
you do people like that, you're only going to go climb so high. Sooner or later, they're going to have to come back and see you anyway. And they're going
And
to be
they
looking like
do.
deers in the headlight, you know?
And they come back and they say, well, I went over there and spent money with Sally, and Sally didn't do me right. Can you help me? Well, yeah, I can.
Uh,
But I don't have no money because I gave my money to Sally. Now, for real.
I know.
For real.
We could have definitely have this conversation because I mean, and maybe that's something that we need to do, come back and really talk about some of the things that people need to be on the lookout for because there are so many fast talkers. And it just, we've had this conversation. It does something to both of us. And it's wrong on so many levels. But I'm having a conversation here with Deborah Thorne, the Information Diva. Thank you for joining us here on No
Thank
Like
you.
and Trust. That's what this is all about.
Thank
You
you
know?
so much for the opportunity. I just want to say to everyone, this is the time that it is. This is happening as it is. And for those of you who are believers, understand that before the beginning of time, God knew that this day was going to happen just like this. And he said, okay, my kids can handle it. So as one of his children, I reach out to you and say, be safe and stay healthy.
Yes, indeed. Well put. That's why she's the information diva. This is a pro on so many doggone levels. Work with her to get your book set out, get your book published, to collab, to be in another book, collaborating in someone else, another book. What am I trying to say, Deborah?
You had to say a book collaboration to
Book
help get you
collaboration.
started.
Yeah,
Yes,
girl, I know. Wait a minute, and
that's
it's
good.
10:34. I need to get on to the last conversation here, but I sure appreciate you, man.
Thank you so very much. Thank you
Uh,
for this opportunity.
all right, and I'll see you on Friday. One of those Fridays. I got messed up with the doggone trying to sync up Facebook and oh, Lord,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
You know what? It is just life. It is what it is, and we're all good.
Oh yes, oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna talk to you later then. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.